Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Alright guys, the camera screwed up. I poured it into the glass. This is sent to me by Brandon. This is Texas Bourbon Barrel Russian Imperial Stout. I don't know what the hell's up with the camera electronics. You gotta love it, guys. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. This time it left off me talking about the beer and getting it into the glass. Slightly overcarbonated on this beer. But the head has settled down a little bit. Let me pour a little bit more into the glass. But it is a little on the overcarbonated side, in my opinion. 13.3% too. Food furniture, this says it goes well with chocolate dishes, glass bright, Pinebecker, snifter. Got my favorite snifter glass and can be sold for a long period. This would probably be a good candidate seller for a little while. A little on the boozy side, on the taste, but not bad. I'm definitely getting the bourbon. Caramel, toffee, roasted malt, hints of dark fruit. But it is a little overcarbonated. So if you're going to cellar this beer, cellar it in the fridge. Don't put it in the closet or something, because the yeast is going to keep working and it's probably going to get more carbonated over time. So very tasty. I was halfway through reviewing this beer and the camera gave me the hint that it was getting ready to cut off. I'm going, cut off? I'm recording. What the hell? So I had to start over, guys. So I apologize to everybody and to Brandon. This is probably a pricey beer. 13.3%. I'm just not having any luck with electronics today. Camera's cutting off, tablet's cutting off. What the heck is wrong with you? Smells very, very good. Tastes pretty tasty. Other than being a hint overcarbonated, pretty tasty beer. Got some burgers on the grill out there, so I'm going to cut this thing pretty quick, short, quick, and pour her a glass and go out there and make sure the burgers don't burn, and sip on this for just a little while, give the burgers a little flip, and we'll come back here and see where this one ends up. The only thing I can say, great taste, slightly overcarbonated. I'll be right back. Well, is the camera on? Yeah, it looks like it is. Alright guys, the beer is a great beer. It's got a lot of caramel, toffee, bourbon, dark fruits, raisins, plums, dates, figs. Definitely getting the bourbon notes in the beer. This was put in a bottle in December 1st of 2015. So I'm reviewing this at the end of June. So it's about 7 months in the bottle. The only fuss I have, it's overcarbonated, guys. When I went to pour the other half a glass of this, I poured it very slowly in her glass, and we got 5 fingers of head. Definitely overcarbonation. They got a carbonation thing going on there, but still a very tasty beer. A great candidate to cellar. Just remember, you probably need to cellar this in the fridge, and it's still going to be overcarbonated even if you cellar it for 5 years. If you put this in a closet at 70 degrees, the yeast is going to, you might have a spew or a gusher when you finally decide to open it. So, overcarbonated but delicious. Just be aware of that. Final tip. Delicious. A great final beer of the evening. A great candidate to cellar. Just put it in the fridge. Keep it between 40 and 55 degrees. But still, it's going to be overcarbonated. Even if you sell it for 5 years, 10 years, it's probably still going to be overcarbonated. If you put it in the closet, you might have a gusher on your hands 3 or 5 years or 10 years down the road. I mean, because the yeast is going to continue to work. And it's going to be, and a lot of times you can tell that. When you pop the cap on it, it goes, psst, you're probably going to be okay. But then it goes, psst. You better look at the bottle, because next thing is going to happen. It's going to come running out over top of it and make a big mess everywhere. Or spray. I mean, it could be on the ceiling and the walls and your clothes. It could be everywhere. That's the only thing I got to say about this. It's a overcarbonated beer for 13.3%. Very unusual. A lot of times they don't even pour any head at all. So slightly overcarbonated, but still a delicious beer. Brandon, thanks a bunch to my brother for sending me this one. Very tasty. I think this is the first one I've had from Ranger Creek, if I'm not mistaken. And it is a very tasty beer. Very well done, other than the carbonation. So, to me, guys, I wasn't a big fan of the carbonation on the beer, but it is a very tasty beer. I think it's an A beer. I'm going to give it to 8. If I was putting a numeric rating on this, it would probably be 92 or 93. Probably 93, since it's got the date on the bottle. It was put in the bottle, and they have dated it, so I know when it went into the bottle. It's about 7 months old. So, let's go over to Beer Advocate. They say 88, a very good range. And Rate Beer doesn't have any ratings on this one. They don't have enough people. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've only had 5 guys that made comments on this beer. So, I think it's a little bit better than an 88. But it's not a 10. It's not an outstanding beer because of the carbonation. And the bourbon notes are there, but they're not overwhelming. Even though they put it in 2 different casks. Wild Turkey, and what it says here, they put it in a Wild Turkey cask, and they put it in a Ranger Creek number 36 Texas bourbon. So the bourbon is there. I'm getting the bourbon. So it's a very tasty beer. It's an A beer to me, guys. But it's a little on the lower scale because of the carbonation. And I could just easily give it a 9 out of 10, but I've had slightly better beers than this, not overcarbonated, with the vintage on the bottle. We don't need a month. We don't need a day. But I just want to see a year on these 13.3% Russian Imperial Stouts. And they've done that. They tell me that on there. So if you say it's a 9, I won't argue with that, guys. I will not argue with that. It could very easily be a 9 out of 10. But I'm going to give it to 8. So with that being said, I'm going to give it to 93. We got an 88, 93, and we got no ratings from Rate Beer. So if you've had this one from Ranger Creek, this is their Russian Imperial Stout. 2 different casks used to bourbon barrel age this beer. Wild Turkey and the Texas Distillery barrels. Ranger Creek number 36 Texas bourbon barrels. So very tasty, very nice. I wouldn't be afraid to say that Brandon probably paid $12 to $18, maybe even $20 a bottle for this bottle of beer. So Brandon, you may put that in the comments what this 22 ouncer cost. Very tasty. The other half loved it, but it was very carbonated, guys. Very over-carbonated, I may add. Very unusual to get a 13.3%er with this much carbonation. So I think they got a little issue there with the carbonation on this beer. I don't know if they added any additional yeast before they bottled it, or what they did, but it is heavily carbonated. Just be aware of that. If you've had it, let me know what you think, guys, and come on back tomorrow. Let's see what's in the fridge.